Guys, that's very true what I've just said there. Some people might get upset with this video. So Tanya printed this out and it's very important. Some scenes from this video are upsetting. But it's a video that I really think you should try and watch. There's so many messages in here, guys, that forcing a horse, being mean to a horse, pain as a motivator, all of those things are just not applicable this day and age for horse training, and it just does not work like the kind of approach I use does. So I'll start the video now. Please take note. What I'm going to do is just show a little clip of the kind of clips now and again through the video you will see. I will tell you that the horse is okay. The horse is okay, and there's some joyous parts of this video as well, thankfully. And I'll show you, I think about 30 seconds of some of the bits which is relevant to that, okay? So look away if you don't want to see it, but the horse is fine, so I'll show you that now. One thing I can tell you, in my searching out good horsemanship over the years, it's just as important to find out what not to do. If you can learn what not to do, then sometimes that's as important or more important than what to do. And that's what this video is about, guys. I have got more footage that will be coming on, but I'll put a warning up every time. It is shocking. It is shocking. And I'll quickly set the scene of why we go into this horse or how it came about. Now, we just finished our Yadkinville demo, me and Tanya, in North Carolina. And at the end, muddy spider, I'll leave that on there. We finished the demo, which had gone so well, and we were talking to people after. People were lining up to talk to me and Tanya. We were having photographs done. It was kind of like we were celebrities. It was a bit surreal, but we stayed for quite a long time talking to people. And Tanya came to me twice and said, there's a lady come hours and hours and hours with two of her friends for support. She really needs to speak to you. It's really important to her.
Oh, you want to have a chat, yeah?
You want me to wait?
We'll have a chat after. Tanya as well.
Like they want me in their picture. This is a lady. Okay, so nice to see you.
And her name's Ruthie, and Ruthie stayed right till the end, and then I went and sat down and said, "Are you okay? What? How can I help you?" She was very upset, really upset, and explained the situation, that she lives on her own in the middle of nowhere in North Carolina and South Carolina, and she's got this beautiful horse. And 2 years ago, she had some help, and in all fairness, the trainer had helped her before with things, and that had gone very well, but this time it didn't. And a trainer 2 years ago had came and spent a total of 2 days, guys, trying to get this horse to trailer so that Ruthie could trailer the horse on her own. The big thing here, she's on her own. There's no one to help her. And for 2 years, since it didn't work, the horse is a pullback horse now, pulls back. The horse has only got to hear the trailer now and starts getting very agitated and very upset. So the horse was traumatized, okay? There's no doubt about it. And 2 years later, it's no better. And she asked, is there any way I could go? And I said, well, I don't know whether we can, you know. We're going over to Sunset Beach, which is near Myrtle Beach, and it was quite a way out. And then Ruthie showed me some footage of what had gone on. And was really upset. And me and Tanya made a decision, do you know what? You were meant to come here and I'm meant to come and help. And I knew it was a tall ask. So we'll pick up the video now and we're on our way to Ruthie. And like I say, there's a lot of messages in this video, and I will put that warning up when there's some scenes that you might not want to watch. Okay, I'll crack on then now.
And do you know what this lady's name is?
I do.
What is it then?
I got it written on my hand. It's Ruth.
Well, you didn't
No,
know it.
Ruthie.
Well, it's Ruthie. You didn't know it 5 minutes ago, did you?
So
Yeah,
do I.
and she lives on her own, and the reason we're going, she can't trailer her horse, and the vet, she's out of the category, the area for the vet,
Yeah,
so if anything
she can't
happens,
go anywhere, can she? And there's a back story to this which we'll go into in a minute.
Yeah.
Not going to be an easy one, Tanya.
No, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll put it on.
Well, doing my best.
Okay. But is this not bad?
Got to watch the snakes, Tanya.
Snakes.
The snakes and the bears and the deer. Raccoons. No, they're not dangerous, are they?
No, I don't
What
know. I
else we
suppose
got
they
here?
would be if you went up to
Any
one.
big cats? Mountain lions?
Yep. There's a horse. I just saw a horse here.
This is pleasant, isn't it?
Ponies. Oh, ponies. Oh. Right. Oh, there's a lady in there. There he is.
Where is she?
Beautiful. A little bit like
What's
Rolex.
going on?
His name's Toast. Park it under the shade here.
Okay. Oh, there's a round pen as well.
Wow.
There's everything here. This is not a front unload. That's just for people.
Yeah, but you can open that up and have her go all the way up.
Have you tried that?
No.
Yeah. Always do, and then that comes this way. So it's 2 years since she's really since that last episode.
Since the horror
did that
film.
make it totally worse?
Yes.
Yeah. She's heard the trailer,
Yeah. She said.
and she's now.
Yeah, she's trying to get out.
Whee! Oh.
Now that lovely horse is called Toast, and did you notice Toast is running round going, you know, when anyone turns up and she hears the trailers, any of the doors closing or she just starts really getting upset. So that was pretty concerning. It's deep. This is a deep fear of what it all represents, you know. So that's the first thing I was thinking, oh dear me.
And what's her name? Toast.
Yes, Toast.
Toast.
You are good with names.
Toast. I remember. Hey, come on.
I used to wear a name tag just so I'd remember my own name.
I often wonder if Steve should do that. Hey, pretty girl. It's okay. Very pretty.
Yes, she is.
Tanya, we're just discussing this stick, right?
Oh,
And I was just explaining about what's the matter.
no, you said you wasn't going to use a stick.
No, I'm not using a stick today. Well, I'm hoping not to. But I was just saying, what we use our sticks mainly in certain parts, like
More for
where
direction.
our legs are for forward motion, back a bit for hindquarters. Very rarely do I really use them. A lot of people will make the mistake of spanking butts with them. It's just not worth just boinging away, hitting away with no cue that related to the feet. And I mean, I see it so often, and that was a typical example, whacking away with no thought about the feet and no cue. So what I'll show you now is a very quick clip of how I use my sticks relevant to a forward motion, because that's all that was about there, was trying to get forward motion. So we use our legs where they hang down for forward motion. And I don't waste that. I'll tap away with my stick until a thought, a try forward or a step forward, and then the cue comes off. So once the horse starts to realise what you're asking, then it's just a case then of recognising the tries forward and taking your time. And I'll show you a little clip of the demonstration of that right now. And it was a real interesting case with a blind horse that had been in a stable since it had its eye removed for 8 months, and a lot of attempts have been made to get it out of the stables, but it would fight for its life by not going out the stable door. And then I used that cue and recognised the tries, and we managed to get the horse out of the stable, and it's all a happy ending with that horse. I'll show that.
Just and get a football.
Oh, that was quicker, yeah.
So the first time was quite a while, wasn't it?
The biscuit tin under my bed.
So we're out. They'll have a treat now.
Shall I give her a treat?
Yeah.
Come on then.
And obviously in
That's
that
the
video.
first way I was taught.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it makes no sense. Forward motion is where we.
Tap, tap, and then get harder. If they don't budge, get harder.
That's an old saying. Hair to hair to skin to bone.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
But it's good that you've got this here, just in case. The only thing I will not be spanking this horse.
Okay.
It'll be for forward motion where our legs are.
Okay.
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 So that's there. That's handy. Okay.
He's very well trained from her. She is amazing.
No, I'm not amazing.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Now, I'm going to probably do things a little bit different today because of that experience. She'll be looking for a fight, basically. That's what she's looking for. I'm someone new here. She won't forget a thing about that last couple of days. So I'm going to probably be a little bit more, just chill out a little bit more with her and see what's what. What's that?
An ant bed, don't step in it.
An ant? Oh my life, Tanya, there's millions of them.
Oh yeah, I got a feel for
Yeah, I can see him up your leg.
No, those things hurt.
Now that there is when I first had contact with Toast, and I got a lovely feeling from her straight away.
And she likes him.
She's so pretty. Do you know what her name is?
No. Did you tell me?
I told you this morning. What did you have for breakfast?
I don't remember that either.
Her name is Toast.
Toast. Didn't have toast, we had English muffin.
Yeah, we did actually. Same thing.
No, her name's not Muffin.
Yeah.
She needs to be muffin top.
It's not Barbie.
No.
Do it. So, what's your sort of inspiration? What kind of horsemanship do you follow with her? Is there any particular
I
one?
probably have more Pirelli.
Pirelli, and how long have you kind of?
Long time.
It's my.
Well, that's
my
my question. If you can get her on when you leave, is she gonna still be able to get her to do for her, whereas you did it for you?
There's so much history here. She knows exactly when Ruthie picks up the lead rope.
Right.
And think of all the history that's there. There's no way of telling. All I can do is make
Yeah,
a
but
start.
Ruthie will be doing it before we leave.
I'll make a start on it, hopefully get her load in. Hopefully Ruthie will load her. Hopefully. But
Thanks, Tanya.
when I leave town, it could go back very quickly. You
We
know.
don't only leave town.
Leave country.
We leave country.
Yeah, you're a
So we
farrier,
can't
you
pop
know
back
horses.
next week.
There's no,
Well, see, that's my
you know,
thing.
you've got to break a pattern here. That's what this is about, is breaking a pattern
That'll be
of saying
fine.
no.
Right.
At least you're on the right, you know.
If we can just
You-
get a break.
If you
there.
get me
Yeah.
a first class flight home in a week's time, I'll stay a week. You know?
Okay.
So she seems very amenable on the ground. Very nice. I'm going to bump on her a little bit here just to get her just being a little bit more responsive.
Yeah, backing's not her favorite thing to do.
No, but you want it because you're going to have to back her out the trailer nicely. So,
Although
you know, you do need her to be pretty light.
Do you think you need the microphone or not?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
Right,
well speak
so-
up then.
So, to improve this, I mean, she's really dragging here. Yeah, you see her dragging?
yes.
Yeah.
So I might just be a little bit more purposeful about it to get her. So I'm gonna ask, wait a couple of seconds, and I'm gonna really like say you need to free your feet up. So she might be a bit shocked here.
Okay.
So I'm pushing now, right. So now, do you see the feet loosen off there? Okay, so we'll do that a couple of times. Stop. Okay, so 1 second, 2 seconds. So I'm waiting for those feet to free off. So I'm going to do these. It's the feet I'm talking to.
Yep.
Right. Right. Touch her. 2 stops. Do you see how that?
Yeah.
2 times, but it's the feet. It's the feet you're talking to, not the horse. Too many people. As soon as they freed off, then I released. But to get the message across, I had to like say, no, I really mean. You know, you need to step back. Stop. Right then. So that's open hand now. Now, what was happening, guys? Toast dragged herself backwards. She'd kind of resist, and it was so important. And now remember, I think in total, I was there for about 4.5 hours. And that was because we had a long way. We had like, I think 9-hour journey after. So I knew I only had limited time. I knew I had to own backup. She wasn't allowing a nice backup, a controlled backup. So that's why I shortcutted that. There's no reason for other people who have got the luxury of time to do that as quick as I've just done it. I've just shortcutted that because I knew I needed to, because we have to be able to back her out, own the reverse nicely without her pushing forward into us. And for safety reasons, I need a respect of my space and a respect of her yielding to me. So there's big reasons why I just firmed up a little bit there to get down to her feet. But it was only twice. And the difference was amazing after I'd done that. But my timing, the release has to be immediately the energy comes into the feet. Two asks. Okay. So I'll ask again. A little bit quicker. So they freed off there. Stop. Open hand. Yes. That makes sense so far?
Yes, and I'm glad you went over that because I've noticed that, she does it, but she doesn't do it.
Well, what she does, when I was asking her, she's leaning forward onto her front.
Yeah.
And you really want to, we want yielding as good as forward, really.
Yeah.
But it's just little things like that that can help. Be purposeful. Say, you're not in trouble, but by that sideways movement and picking yourself up, she's got to find something, and her release is loosening her feet off. It's really good. So tell her how good she is. But everything else, it's a real feather in your cap. I can, she's light. She's most I go to.
She looks relaxed.
She does.
She looks really relaxed.
He has that feeling on people sometimes.
It must be, but she's relaxed.
Yeah. He does it to people too. I usually fall asleep when he talks.
Oh, don't tell him that. Shh.
It's going to be edited out.
I'm afraid. Tell me she does the editing.
He does.
Oh.
Now, I'm going slow here for a reason. I'm just, this is where she's learning now. I'm not asking too much of her, but what I am asking, we're getting breakthroughs with it. So that's really good.
Oh.
Look at that.
Dead quiet, isn't she?
She's Jekyll and Hyde.
You were not Jekyll and Hyde. Which one was the bad one? I can't remember.
Hyde.
Hyde, was it?
Yeah. She was Hyde yesterday.
I haven't heard that for ages. Okay. Right then. What we're going to do, we're going to put the tack on because I just want something different. And is she obedient when you've got her tacked up?
Usually she ground ties.
See what I'm saying? It's something different. When you groundwork them with the tack on, it's like serious. Let's start doing what I'm asked. So any help we can get, so we'll go for it. So yeah, if I just do a little bit more with it, if you can grab the saddle. Half a forest in here.
Leaves, especially if you've got like leaf fall from the oaks.
Which is like the copper colour.
Yeah, they blend beautifully.
Be careful where you're going.
Might be a rattlesnake.
If you hear anything, look out.
Yeah, seriously. I'm going to get this on film. Keep going forward. This is Rattlesnake Ridge. Stamp your feet. I wouldn't bother if I were you. Oh my!
I just heard one.
I just saw something. Did you
just
really?
heard one.
Did you really? Promise?
Yeah. That one. Yeah. See if I can get her feet, front feet on there.
Oh
What did you scream?
no, because he moved that and I thought something jumped up behind you.
Rattlesnake Ridge.
Scream, you're gonna make him run you over.
Oh my goodness.
No, I said, is anyone else? Have you tried to load it yet?
No.
Okay, okay, fine. So, okay. Now then. Now look, do you see the difference there? Anyone see that?
I did. Yep, she backed straight up.
So, but very lightly. That's the thing. See how light that is. So that's what you want to work on. I found if we really own the yield, the backup, and work on diagonal backups, so like a trot, I get mine to the stage where I can back them up like this, and they're diagonally and they're really free, and it has a mental change to a horse to yield to us without any resistance. There's lots of different ways of doing it. Have we got that stick? Do you want me to show you? Yeah.
There's a stick here.
So what you would do, stop her. So you would wave twice, and there's nothing, and then quit as soon as she dropped her feet back. All right. So you're not physically doing it, but it can help some people that where the horses are on top of them. Yeah. So you ask twice with this. Right. 1, 2. Oh, she's gone. So you wouldn't tap it. You couldn't tap it then.
Yeah.
Because she'd think, well, I didn't do right then.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but my releases are real on point most of the time. So I release as soon as the feet do what I want them to do.
Yeah.
Some people can have trouble with how is it the feet, but that's what we ride. It's how slow they go, whether they go laterally.
Right.
Everything's the feet, and it's like a language that if we can concentrate ourselves with what the feet are doing, I've found really difficult horses, when they figure out it's just what my feet do, I'm not in trouble. Find the answer. Whoa, the difference is just unbelievable.
So are you looking at the feet to get her to knowledge that's what you're focusing
Yeah,
on?
and then I quit
And then
mentally,
they pick it
physically. I tend to not wear sunglasses, even though I squint terrible. My dad had terrible eyes for it, but I found it doesn't. The actual training side of it doesn't work anywhere near as good with sunglasses on, because they look at intent in our eyes.
Right.
And if you think about it, it makes absolute sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
So here I'm going to look at her feet again. I'm going to get ready now. I'm going to tut, and I'm going to bump a bit for a little bit more. I had a little bit more, but you see how I soften?
Right.
Everything in me softens when they do the right answer. So I'm going to look at her left foot landing. Her left foot landing. Stop the left there. Drop the left back. Thank you. So I quit. And now tell her how good she is. Now look at that. That's just so light and nice. I'm going to leave it at that now with that. Now I don't know what she'll be like with this.
Now what is that?
It's a flag for desensitizing, for, oh God, it's got a multitude. We because they're telescopic, we take them with us riding. So if we got cows, we go through a lot of paddocks with cows. If any of those come over, the bullocks and that works a treat. So it's not just for the horse, it's for us.
Flies.
Flies, you name it. They're just there for us. Dogs, you wave that at a dog and they're, you know. But the reason is for the horse is for movement of the feet. So they have to learn they can get rid of that with what they do with their feet. So if I want a horse to go forward, then I'll use it and quit when they go forward. But you got to get them. These can be the devil themselves if you don't get them desensitized to them. They got to know that this isn't a threat. The picture of this.
It's easier to carry than per se that or clock. When you're riding, that's easier than not.
Well, Charlotte uses a little crop. Again, not for pain is the worst motivator. So it's nothing about pain. It's just encouragement.
So the next few clips, guys, they're not great to watch, but I think it's important people see that by inflicting pain, that is the worst motivator. It just doesn't work. It's like spurs. Spurs are great if they're used as they should be used for lateral movement. Then spurs, if you use pain with spurs, it just makes them frightened of the leg, and it's never a learnt cue. And it's the same with this gentleman. He's using pain, hoping to set the horse up for success, to find peace in the right place. But the fact that he's using pain, it has the opposite effect, and nothing is learnt, just fear.
But yeah, I'll use these if I want a bit more impulsion, because I've used it in the pen. If I want a bit more impulsion, I can bring it out and just do that. And you know, it's got so many uses. I can't be the horseman I am without one of these. So I'm going to ask her for a backup with it. So then I quit because she went back again. Oh, she knew straight away when that was going to come into place. So we're kind of getting down to her feet now. Nicely. Now I'm going to go from neutral, because this shouldn't mean anything if I'm not gazing at her. If I'm not interested in her. She knows she's got to separate this out, so I can get real careless with this. Shouldn't involve her because I'm neutral. My arm's down. But now, can you go forward? She went forward. I'm gone. Got to know there's no threat here. Back up one. Now here. I'm going to disengage her to face. Alright, go back to this. And now I'm going to change from neutral. Now go somewhere. She went. But you see how I'm rewarding the slightest bit that she does?
Right.
The very, very slightest bit. Stop. So, again, I'm neutral. Now she went. Only just the very basic little bit of a forward for me. Stop. Now I'm going to ask for a little bit more. Now I've dropped the flag, disengage her, keep disengaging until she faces, back up a bit, lovely. Now I'm going to go from neutral to active, she went. So we go stop, then you go around to my left, yes you can. And you disengage. I'm looking at all these parts, looking at all of them, and then I release myself. Everything comes away from her when she does the right thing. There's leading, driving. Watch the ants. Oh, leader, driver. We've been doing that. People, that's why horsemanship is observe, remember and compare. You observe, you'll observe me today. Hopefully we'll get somewhere for you. You'll try some of that was an unrequested forward motion.
She was having a scratch.
So if she starts creeping towards me, there's nothing in it for her. She backs up twice as far, but then tell her how good she is. Yeah? Because she'll creep in on you, and the next thing you know she's there. We don't want that unless we invite them in. So I would say unrequested forward motion, when we have a connection, is the biggest no-no. Unrequested forward motion. And if we didn't have that, it's a worldwide problem. If we didn't have that, you'd see more horses ridden. Unrequested forward motion is the biggest problem in all of horsemanship. Horses running away with people and not being able to stop them. So on the ground, we only ride what we lead. We ride in what we lead. It's just elevation. It's just leading them from the back. So I get it all good like this. But you do a lot of groundwork. When I've got my groundwork good now, it can take a week, it can take 6 months, depending on the horse and how good I get with my groundwork. When I get to the stage I think, yeah, this horse is good at this. I've got this horse leading and halter broke where I want it. So it'll do pretty much anything with me on the ground. It's all good. I never do it again in my life.
I heard you say that at the dinner.
I don't. But my groundwork is every day handling it. Go and catch it with quality.
Right.
I might go and catch my horse, you know, and I might, while I'm there, put the halter on like that. That's how the halter went on.
Right.
So I've got my flex. I might ask for two paces back and release. Tell the horse how good he or she is. Then I might walk towards the barn and I might step my foot back and ask for a stop and ask for 2 paces back. Lovely. I might come to a gate, send, there's my send, there through the gate. Then I might lift my hand, disengage. Come on, I've got to shut the gate now, thank you. Then shut the gate. My groundwork's all there without kind of unnecessarily doing stuff that they know becomes unnecessary. There's no purpose to it.
So then we're supposed to do groundwork every day.
God no, why would you?
Right.
But it is every day. If I catch my horse every day,
Yeah.
the interaction is the groundwork.
Right.
And I've found horses get less flicky with the tail, less ear pinny, less begrudging. Horses know when there's a purpose to their job. That's why, you know, some of these cowboy horses that they use.
Right.
In the olden days, it was all using horses. They didn't have time or
No.
to be upset about anything. The horses just got on with their job. They wanted, you know, it's.
Right.
But they wouldn't back then. They wouldn't do all that groundwork. They were tired. The horse they were used, you know. And we tend to sometimes, because we've got more horse pets in the world now than ever before in history.
Right.
So we do things with them. I understand if you're on your own, Ruthie. I understand you've got to be careful riding without anyone here. I'm like that myself now. I'm in my 60s and I do not want to come off and have a problem. So I tend to be careful myself. So understand that. But you don't need to do too much groundwork.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Obviously, you just observe, remember it, compare it. If you find things were better doing all your groundwork, carry on with that.
Okay.
But I personally would not do too much groundwork, just good handling. So we've got a bit of forward. Let's see if you can think about. Come in. Right, we need one of the licks now. What do we need? I haven't done it for a long time. So if we get her to, see if we can put her foot on that.
No, we're gonna go around it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a try there.
Right.
It's a try. Put it on it. God, they like these, don't they?
Yeah.
Can I ask, would you have got that off Amazon? Because you can't buy them over here.
Yeah, I got it off Amazon.
Yeah.
We had the rep.
Oh, no, that's fine.
We had the company get a hold of us, and they sponsored us with quite a few of these.
I need
And
to get one.
she explained all of the minerals it's got. And for the amount of sugar, the average sort of 5 minutes licking, it's negligible. So it's actually a benefit as well.
But I did ask, they sell them obviously all over the UK and in Australia, but she said we just don't stock America.
Right.
And
What
I
we're
said,
gonna do
why?
now
She
with
said,
her-
I don't know.
We're going to give her 2 minutes to think about this, what's happening now.
I need to get some of that.
Yeah, I think we've got a spare one if you want to get one.
Oh, please.
Oh, you're impressing me to death, you are. Put the foot down, then we have a bit of lick, then we always step them back a bit because we don't want them. In one session, you can teach a horse to push through people with those licks or hand feeding.
Really?
Well, think about in their own world, they
Right.
do not share an alpha horse, and we whichever way you look at it, we got to run the show, else it's anarchy, isn't it?
Right.
We don't run the show; it's a wild beast. We got to run the show. So it messes with their mind. A lot of, not all horses, but most. If we let them come into our space, take our feed constantly, they don't understand that
Okay.
in their nature. It's all about who is the hierarchy.
Right.
So that when push comes to shove, how can they trust us if we let them come in and take our feed?
Right.
It doesn't work. Not every horse. And I know I can't change the world and tell everyone not to hand feed because people will.
Yeah.
And it's more of a human thing to make us feel better.
Right.
That's what it boils down to. But step them back for it. If you've got to give them a carrot, step them back. And
No,
they
put it on the floor.
Or if they push him forward on you, take it away. Step them back.
Okay.
They can have it, but they've got to step. They've got to yield for it, not come for it.
Right.
And we worked out over 30%. We went to 98 separate horses last year, visits out. 98
Right.
difficult horses. And we worked out 30% are due to excessive hand treating and click and feed training, clicker training.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that?
Wow.
How about that? Not all horses, but the biggest advice I could give people is don't do it.
So I'm ready to offer toast to go in the gooseneck trailer. I'm ready to see what I've got. I've done my groundwork. Remember, I'm time limited, 4 or 5 hours is my limit. And I'd gone as far as I thought I could, ready to go and offer. Now what you'll see here is the first time I've just come out of the round school, went past the trailer, turned around, and I'm just ready. You'll see exactly now, pick up to where I've just cut it off to see what we've got, and you'll be amazed. But what could go wrong? Let's watch.
Okay.
The important thing is to let her come out at the moment. Her choice to come out. Her choice to come out then. So We're giving her the choice to come out, but what? We'll go the other side.
How amazing was that? Toes put all her trust in me, walked straight in there, passed, because we'd done the petition, it was the whole length of the gooseneck, because it had got tying points at the end. And eventually I was thinking, well, we'll tie her with one of my clips for safety reasons, because she's a pullback horse now. She will pull back and almost kill herself trying to pull back. But she's going in, guys, she's going in, following me in there. Whether it's asking us to go in, you know, or come alongside me, she is going in every single time. The problem is she has this time limit. It's like on a timer. Now, I can't show you all the loadings because, again, I was there nearly 5 hours. So I'm putting all the important ones in, but I just kept going in, allowing her to come out, kept going in, allowing her to come out, hoping she wouldn't hurt herself because she did... touch the top with her head a few times, but you know, I was convinced that she was gonna start to not feel a need to get out. Now, as you can see there, the original time limit was 5 seconds. You go 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4, and at 5,000 she was coming out. You would not have held her. Again, if you tied her, you'd have had all sorts of problems. She probably broke her neck. So I just kept on doing it. And I got it up to that one there you've just seen. That was about 10 seconds or so. So it was getting better. And I thought that we were on the right track. It didn't. It got to about 10, 12 seconds. So many loadings. And she kept that at that 10, 12 seconds. And it wouldn't get any better. You'll see a few more of them now. And then I have to rethink. Because that's no good to Ruthie. That because she just won't cope on her own with that. Put her in.
You want me to
Walk
put her
in with her, and when she starts to come out, I'm just going to try something. All right? So you can go in there with her. All right? Have her quite loose. So walk in with her.
Mm.
I'm back to her horses. I got 3 to do here in a little bit.
Just rub on it. Rub on it. Rub on it. That's really good, what you just done. Back in. Nice and loose.
Right.
Okay, look at her feet and back her up a little bit. Look at her feet and back her up. Okay, back in. Just gonna keep this going.
So how do you think things are going? I have had major breakthroughs from the couple of breakdowns, but I know deep down, we're hours into it now, and she's still needing to panic out. Yes, the time limit's getting better. Yes, Ruthie now is being able to initiate the loading, which was a plus, because sometimes it doesn't work that way. Horses know who's got the lead rope, and there's a lot of history. It's 2 years of trying here, and panic. And I knew that Ruthie hadn't eaten. She wouldn't drink, because we'd put her in the round, for little breaks, we'd put her in the round school, and she was real bothered kind of when we put her in there to chill out, but it didn't kind of have the effect. So all in all, it looks like it's going really well, but in my mind, I thought I'd be further on. I was hoping I would be. Now, what you're going to witness now, this shows you how incredible horses can be. And it's happened to me on several occasions where a horse has suddenly told us, filled in for us, told us what she's going to show us now what she needs to get this job done and to be okay about everything. She's going to show us herself now. And I'm just glad I recognised when she was trying to show us. And I'll kind of be vocal about it as well when this happens now. But this is a real nugget to try and really notice what horses are telling us. You know, and I miss it so often, but I didn't miss this one. This needed to happen. Maybe someone's looking down on us for this one, but have a look at this now. She tells us what she needs.
On a loose rein. This is really good because that's gone past the time. We'll rub on it. Have we got that lick? Got the lick?
Mm-hmm.
The more she's in here, the more she's realised this picture ain't filling her. Alright? So I'm going to see if I can back her up a little bit. No, but I'll pass you that. You pass me the rope, and then we're going to do the same thing, right? Okay? So I'm just going to see if I can leave her here for a minute. Just rub on there, but make sure you're safe. I wouldn't talk to her. Don't look at her ear. We can break the cycle of that timer being in here. She licked and chewed then, so now she can come out. And then we're going to bring her back in. Okay, ready? Ready? Okay. Where's my flag? Oh, there. Right then. Right, now she's telling us something here.
Yeah, she likes to
Telling
be
us
this.
something.
What does that mean?
She's telling us
She likes this way.
you've got to work with me here.
Mm-hmm.
She can't stand the thought of
Looking ahead.
looking ahead.
Okay.
And so we've got to work with this for now. Always reward the slightest try. So. Good, look at this. Now what I'm going to do when I bring her out now, I'm going to put her to work, right? Put her to work here now. Put her to work here, and then she's going to come in, turn around and rest again. Right? The longer she's in here, the better. Right? Would you say we get somewhere now?
Yep.
So, look down. Look down, let her come out. No fear there. Now I was blown away by that, and I brought her out here. When she'd calmed, I brought her out and I did sort of fast quicken this one up. So I'm working on good stuff here, hindquarters, front quarter yields, getting busy, and she's having to sort of put some effort in, and I wanted her to really listen to us, you know, prior to putting her back in to the trailer.
So now how will that work then?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Go to the back again.
No.
So we had a little bit of a breakdown there, guys. I got so confident in everything, and I had put her in facing the wall, and she was coping with it. So I knew it would be easier for Ruthie to load her front ways, and I said, look, if we can get her past the time limit. So I said, take her in, and I'll shut the petition. And we nearly had a disaster, and that's horse training. Sometimes it just happens. But I was so pleased after this. Things went back to how we were before. So again, there's the need to listen to what she's saying. You try and close the petition up with me facing in, and she can't cope with that. But you allow her to turn around, face outwards, to relax, and she'll let you do the petition, which you're going to see here now.
That way. Right. So, just make sure you can get out if you needed to. Get the rope. How does this tie?
She's getting
now,
hot
the
with the
longer she's
saddle
in
on.
there now, that she can survive this, the better. All right?
Right.
So we've built that up to that. So wouldn't talk to her too much. Just like it's nothing. Where's her hay net? Now the thing with her is, she's got this time limit, and it builds in her. You can feel her and see her. She bump, and out.
Right.
Her heart starts. She gets worried. She's convinced that's what she does to survive the day. That's it. Getting out. We can get her used to being in here past that time limit. So the longer she's in there now, the more she'll realise hopefully that she doesn't have to get out so quick. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. Ruthie, don't talk to her. The reason is, I can, because no history with me. But for now, hundreds and hundreds of times, Ruthie would have said, good girl, you're all right. But there would have been problems around with that voice. Okay. It's usually around the trailer, Ruthie talking, saying, you'll be all right. So those frequencies I've found, it really helps to not talk for now. When it's all done, and hopefully you do it again then, you talk again. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It can stir the sound of the frequencies of the voice, can stir up the emotion that's been there a million times with that voice.
Okay. That makes sense.
I guess it's like a toddler. When the toddler falls over and you go, come on, up you get. If you go,
Yeah.
oh, and it's,
Right.
it makes it worse. And they go, oh.
Yeah, and then they want to cry instead of shaking it off. Just like,
Shake it off,
say
get up,
nothing.
jump.
That does make sense. Yeah, horses are so much like children.
What's important now, if I open that and she just rushes out, it might happen, that's life. I don't want to think that every time I undo that she's coming out.
Right.
Especially with the panic-a-honic that she is. So I'm going to do the noise, and I'm going to do a few times so she doesn't think every time she's coming out. Else there's going to be we could put a problem in there. So you'll just rub on her, right? So that goes just back like that. So I'm doing that, gonna rub on her, and then I'm gonna shut it again. All right. So rub on her again. Can't rub on them enough. Does that make sense? What I'm doing?
Yes.
So I'm doing that. I'm ready in case she blasts out. So I'm ready with my feet to go. So I put that back. Give her a rub. So I'm gonna make the noise. Give her a rub. No rush. Right. So, okay. So now, without her knowing it, I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna come in. You'll pass it me, and then I'm gonna look down and try and do this really slow. The slower she comes out, the better. Improvement. We're going to give her a break now and take the tack off, all right?
That was pretty slow.
That was slow, that's what we
That was
wanted.
very.
I know.
So now I might send her in. Disengage. Back her up. Take this off.
Don't start all that, y'all.
Yeah. It's not. Hey. No, she didn't see you there. That's all.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Look straight in. So when you go in there, this is something, right? So this is good. I'm getting used. Now, is the door open in case you needed to get out? Now just rub on her like it's nothing. But don't tell her how good she is or anything, just leave that to me. Look at this. Getting there now, aren't we? Yeah. But the longer she's in there now, even if you need a water bottle, the more you're in, but you've got to make sure you always try and stand there to get out. Because if something does panic her, she could maim you without her even knowing she'd done it. So I'm all safety. Oh, she's lovely, isn't she? What a lovely horse you've got. Look at this.
Yeah.
Do that. I'm moving around in here, that's fine. Take that off. I've got that. Now I'm going to really come gentle out. Gentle out. This is good. Once you step down. I don't even want to come off now.
You did such a good job.
Right then, now back.
And you know what? No sweating, no
No
nothing.
sweating on it.
No.
So we'll put it back, let her chill out, and then the same deal. The longer she is in there, going past this time limit, because it was about 10 seconds it was, and then she had to get out. That was it. Panic was coming and she had to get out. We're going to transfer now, because Ruthie does live on her own, right? And you know, she's ultimately got to do this and practice every other day. I would. The longer you can be in there, the better, past these time limits. So we're going to discuss now how the best way that you think you can do it on your own with me just watching and us just watching, right? So we'll go in and have a look.
Or over here,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna have to swing around. like
Yes,
that.
so you've got to come in and you've got to let her swing around.
Yeah.
Right? She'll then dive in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be here.
And I'm gonna grab this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna come here.
Yeah. And you've got
And
it.
then I'm gonna duck under.
You're going to duck under.
Okay. And I'm gonna close the door.
And you're gonna-
Or are you gonna close the door?
I'll shut the door for now.
Okay,
Because
so-
I would do that for the next couple of weeks.
And stay here
before
with her.
I would.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
And then gradually, think about this, gradually, before you lock her in, you'd leave that, your rope, what you're going to set up, maybe you come to here, and then keep going back to her.
Bring a chair.
Yeah. So you gradually get, so you're leaving her.
Yeah.
Then you can do that and then go back round and,
Yeah.
you know, that's what.
I think ultimately too, if I could get something almost like a stall guard, you know,
Perfect.
that's like
Yes.
this wide.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
That's that, but one that's fairly strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a store guard with I know what you mean with the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, so that gives you a chance then, because what I'm thinking is the first time that she gets concerned and blasts through this, you got to go back to square one then and get me over from the UK.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
yeah, perfect. And then just chill out with her. I'll shut that then. Yeah, I'm going to shut that. I'll shut that then, and then that's it. Right. There's plenty of dressage around where I live. Let me tell you, not many Western ones.
Then she got a job.
Good job. You safe? Good job. Good job. Good job. I think 2 or 3 weeks of that. So the picture, feel and everything for a horse doesn't give any fear.
No, is as relaxed as can be.
Now, if there was a problem, Ruthie, you've got a flag. I've made the flag mean something around this trailer now. You could get help from someone if she's sticking. They just, and then get rid of the flag as she goes forward. You with me? You've got to release it as she goes.
Yeah.
So the flag is now an extra to help if she sticks.
Okay.
I don't believe she's going to stick.
But you don't want me to.
You could, well, I would usually say no, but you have done a lot of groundwork. You could probably help her with it and then go in.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, you get someone else to help from behind, all right? So it's kind of like driving.
Yeah. She's being good.
Oh,
Being
I
very
understand.
calm.
See, it was just, you just needed to get over that little lump. The little, just almost there.
And have a little ingenuity with another way of doing things.
That's us adjusting for them. They do fill in for us. They
Yeah.
do fill in, but only so much because they're designed to panic, to keep themselves alive. So we adjust.
Yeah.
Me and you have adjusted for her, and she knows we have.
Yeah, and you've done a lot of this on your own, and having Steve and Tanya give that.
This is me just topping off what you've done.
Yeah.
Because I've been to about 2 horses in the last, say, 5 years that when I put the rope on, they've been as nice as she has to work. Because immediately, she was only a bit sticky on the back up. Well,
Right,
that
yeah.
came like that.
Yeah.
She went over the top. She did
Yeah.
everything really nicely.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is the truth. It is the absolute truth. She's. I'd take her back.
Yeah. Steve says bring a chair and a book and sit back here. and read.
Whatever, just when you first do it. But I would come to. But make sure you do the.
But do I have this closed or just the road?
I'll leave you to decide
Yeah,
that. Then it's not my fault.
Well, here-
I personally rope first, and I would just stand back here. Stand
Yeah,
back here. But don't do it when she's finished her feed.
Oh yeah,
When
yeah,
she goes in, then she's occupied with that.
yeah.
And then maybe have a bit more carrots and apples, chuck them in, and then just hang about here.
Yeah.
The nice thing is, if she comes out, she ain't rushing out forward. She doesn't rush out.
Yeah.
She's coming out real
yeah,
beautiful. So we've adjusted for her.
Right.
Eventually, could you put her in forward? Yes, probably. In 6 months' time, you could probably get away with
I
that.
mean, who cares? I
Who
don't
cares?
really.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Oh, brilliant. That's it. That's it. Look at this. Look at this. And then that's it. And then go and put her in the round pen. 5 minutes. We're not getting involved now. Round pen, get a little bit more grain, and then.
So no talking still to the horse.
So while we're giving
Toast.
toast.
So this is just going to be like down, right?
Well, that's the horse. That's the
horse.
That's
That's the
This
what,
is the
what I
horse.
would say to people, you've got that lovely long rope there that we're using at the
Yeah.
moment. Use that to start with, because they usually, when they panic, because she is starting to be a pullback horse, that's what's starting to happen. And remember, a lot of that, what happened at the trailer when she was fighting, that doesn't help that. She was in full panic mode then, right? That doesn't help. That's probably why that's happening to you when she's panicking with being tied. So I would suggest you use the ties. I've just showed you, it comes with instructions, so I've showed you how to do that. So there is the tail end. So your big rope would be that just down, yeah?
Well, isn't that the horse?
No, not in this case. 'cause
Oh,
I've
okay.
put it on different.
All right.
So
you're
I'm the horse.
Close,
Oh,
right?
you're the horse.
Well, you'd have the horse about there, wouldn't you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm making sure it would have enough lead, because
Yeah,
that's
all
what
right.
it's going to do. It's
All
just,
right, so we'll come out here to about there.
okay.
So there's your horse.
Okay.
Right. So what you can do with a pullback horse is spook them. Okay, let them get to the end. They pull me to the end, right?
All right.
And then I'm going to get antsy and I'm going to go, oh dear. And then you're going to let them spook.
Okay.
This is for serial pullbackers because it's a horrible problem.
Right.
Let them spook. And they'll pull back and usually they'll go to the end of this trailer. That's the average because they suddenly realise they've got their feet.
Which is
What?
why you want me to use the long rope.
Which is why I want you to, yeah, that's better to use that. That when they feel that pressure here, they can still move their feet, fight or flight. So they can still flight, so they're not going to fight. So they can still move their feet. So you just bring them back, draw that back through, say, come on then, feel it again. And then I've been to some severe pullback horses, and within 2 hours, you can push them back, they ain't going, they're just saying no. Because I know, you know.
Allergies.
It's just there.
So does that make sense?
It's just
Yes,
on.
it does.
And then if you tie and anything happens and a plastic bag came, or you've seen a horse do this, and they get the rope over their neck,
Right.
and when they panic, well, it'll just come out.
Okay.
So you can set them you can set them really soft. You can set them real soft, and that'll come out nice there, but our horses never pull anything out. They get used to it, they don't bother, you know.
Here you go.
But with these, you can tie to a trailer. You could never tie a couple of horses to something like, but this is quite strong actually. But
Right.
like with our trailers, they're like timber sides.
Horses have ripped them off.
They just rip the timber out of them.
Wow.
It's just unbelievable. But we can put, you know, I can confidently, or tie to a gate. I've seen horses pull gates off. We can tie to fencing because it'll come out if they got a little bit scared. They're the best thing ever.
And
We send them.
just to say,
What?
I'll put the link under the heading of this video.
Guys, get these.
To the shop.
Do you have a
these.
spare one of those I can buy from you on your
Well,
car
you can
now?
have that we can.
This is
Yeah.
a second-hand one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd buy one.
So my daughter, I mean, I don't leave them on, but the beauty of these is, the beauty of these is, that weighs nothing. So Charlotte
Leaves it on.
leaves them on. You can hardly feel it. I take them off because
And then you can clip it anyway.
I'm weird and I don't like them on, but
Right.
Charlotte leaves them on. So basically, she'll take any horse. There's one of these on every leader. She goes anywhere, goes clip, that's it, done. She goes somewhere else, wash bay, clip, that's done. She never ties them because there's clips everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
You're going to have to perfect your getting out of the way a bit better, aren't you? Yeah. So that you put over his neck, I would say.
Her?
Over her neck, so he doesn't go on the floor. There you go. And then you just do that. Just pull it now. So he knows it's being there. Go on, and even, go on, just, there you go. There you go, do that. And then I'll step in. Yeah, and then you go around. Right then, I'll watch you. Like it's nothing. Open it more. Open it properly now. That's it. Open it properly. Swing it. Probably a bit of a harder swing next time. And then real slow out. That was good. Really good. Now look down. Look down. Don't try and force it with the rope. You just let her have the rope. And let her just. There you go. I quit at that. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Or go get it. I love it. You are awesome. You're so lucky. Oh, you're so lucky. I'm jealous.
Right. So guys, we're off to Florida.
Are you?
So that was the end of my visit to Ruthie and Toast. And we were there 4.5, 5 hours. It was a big ask. In the end, Toast told us what she needed after I'd done all the groundwork, and she had confidence in me, and it all worked out really, really well. And that was the last horse visit, last horse I worked with in our big American trip. So we were kind of on our way down to Florida then for a couple of days in Daytona, and we did think about Ruthie, quite a bit, wondering how she got on, hoping we'd get a message back. And Tanya says we have had a message back.
We have.
Yeah, do you want to?
Yeah, she messaged back saying, just wanted to say thank you so much for coming to work with Toast and I. We had great, fantastic success and getting on the trailer twice, which is all I asked for.
On her own, guys.
On her own.
And
she said,
she said it was... It's
going
going to change her, touching wood here, it's going to change her life with her horse. She'll be able to go out, to ride on the trails, and she can feel peaceful that she can get to the vet if she needs to. Now, eventually, she would like to get Toast into her bumper pull, eventually. And I've suggested that she doesn't attempt that for at least, I'd go 6 to 12 months of using the gooseneck. And then maybe if she feels the need then to try and get, but at the moment, I think you'd go backwards for going forwards with that. So I'd leave it as it is. And this is the bumper pull, the 2-horse bumper pull trailer. And that's the one where those 2 days of trying to force this horse in, I really wouldn't go there now we've had such a breakthrough. But, like I say, in maybe 6 or 12 months, maybe then, but you could not go in and tie Toast, because if she panicked, that bar there is fixed. You can't take that bar that I'm touching there out. And if she came back, hit her head on the roof, and then it's all a disaster. Could kill her, actually. So, guys, there is a message in this video. Don't use pain as a motivator, and get down to the feet and be as kind as we can be. But there's the old saying, as firm as necessary, but that firmness does not include any pain as a motivator. So I hope you enjoyed that video. There was a few upsetting scenes in it, but if people learn from that, then it was worth putting those scenes in. And that's it then. I think, Tanya, you wanted to say, if you can, this video deserves sharing, guys. If you can share it, even if you can't share it, if you comment on it and like it and subscribe, then that helps as well. And if you want to see a little bit more of me and Charlotte and Tanya, our frolics around our ranch, we go riding, we film our ride outs, other horses that don't make the main channel. So go to our subscription channel, a separate one, and I think you'll really enjoy that. And quick mention, guys, Saturday 13th of July, we're off to Solihull Riding Club. It's like going home for me and Tanya, because I'm from Redditch and Bromsgrove, and Solihull's only just up the road. So really pleased to be going there, and it's going to be a great demo. We're taking our horses. Charlotte's coming, and we got some horses as well to deal with up there, and hopefully you'll learn some things and to add to your toolbox and have a little bit of fun as well. Don't forget to bring a chair for that one. I'm off now, so happy trails, guys, and see ya.